Good evening, everybody. So we are a couple minutes late, but welcome to the show. We're gonna play again tonight. This is the last of our Beast World one shots. So for this one, we have decided to go a little bit deeper into the pool of power, as it were, and we're gonna do something that apparently is pretty rare, and we're gonna play a 20th level one shot tonight. So if everybody wants to introduce themselves real quick, we will, say hi and then we'll get started.
Hello, I am Celius. I'll be playing Armos Beaumont tonight, who is an enterprising rabbit sorcerer specifically, who has gotten through the world here, but is occasionally looking through adventure. So,
All right. Lexi, you want to go next?
Yes, because I am playing Florine Beaumont, the sister of Armos, the crazier sister of Armos, who acts as an enforcer for his trade business and also loves being pointed at things to destroy in dungeons.
Excellent.
All right.
Paladin Hulk, you want to go next?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Paladin Hulk, Twitch moderator for Random Tuesday, Little Red Dot, and Polished Cryptid. And today I am playing Walker, a wolf from the desert who roams the land. I am a paladin as well as a druid, and the wind is always by my side.
Excellent. All right, Thea, do you want to go? You want to go last then?
Yeah, I mean, as if I have a choice at this point.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lead you in
you're
last.
Good.
Last but certainly not least.
So I'm Thea, or Thea, however you want to pronounce it. I don't really care. Thea of Truth on Twitch and Twitter, and I don't really do much. I stream occasionally. I am playing Maeve MacMarv, a possum wizard necromancer, who is spent a lot of her life as a recluse, not really used to being around a whole lot of people at a time. Has learned necromancy from unconventional sources. She stole books to learn necromancy from a cult and taught herself it, and has now begun basically she doesn't go around to graveyards and raise corpses. She'll raise the occasional person she finds having been killed on the side of the road by bandits or something.
Okay.
And tries to do the right thing, even though she's raising dead people, which is
unconventional.
Yeah, unconventional.
Well,
let's go with that. Let's go with that. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Great. So we have a pretty interesting bunch here of really powerful people. So the four of you have been around the block. There's no way around it. If you're 20th level, then you have definitely been doing the business of an adventurer for at least several years, I would imagine, unless something very weird happened in your life. And unless you've been actively avoiding it, people have heard of you. And even if you have been actively avoiding it, by the time you get to level 20, people who have the means to know things that others try to conceal have definitely seen the results of your exploits, and you have a reputation that follows at a safe distance from you. All right, so tonight we're going to start our story not in the Beast World, in fact. We're going to start our story tonight in the Astral Sea. The Astral Sea is a gloomy sort of other plane, a world that exists around the Beast World and the other worlds that flank it and between them. It is an infinite abyss of palish blue light that is difficult for most people to get around because of the sheer magnitude of space between each of its points. So to describe the way space exists in the Astral Sea, if you walked 50 feet in the Beast World and then traveled to the Astral Sea from that point, and someone else who was where you started also did, you would be hundreds of miles apart in the Astral Sea. But the thing is, because everything is so far apart and difficult to find in the Astral Sea, it has become popular over the past 50, 60 years or so for very powerful and influential people to meet there in secret and hobnob. There is a specific place where people meet and mingle and trade stories and jobs, and have been doing so for several decades now. This place is called the Sunset Lounge. And the way it works is everyone in the Sunset Lounge is a representative of a more powerful benefactor. It's a system of benefactors and proteges. And the proteges come to this Sunset Lounge and meet on behalf of their benefactors. They might trade information, they might seek some favor or specific knowledge or item from someone else's benefactor on theirs behalf. But no matter what the reason you are for being there, it is a safe bet that if you are in the Sunset Lounge, you have some clout. It's a very invitation-only kind of place. One or more of you may have some experience having traveled here before, if you've had a benefactor in your past, but at this point in your career, you are comfortably past the power level where you'd be anyone's protege. So that's what makes it so interesting when you walk off the shuttle that goes from the Beast World directly to the Astral Sea and onto its patio. The Sunset Lounge is it's a tower-like building surrounded by a free-floating patio. So imagine a sort of small floating island in a blue abyss, and everything is very upscale. The patio is dotted with people dressed in fineries from all around the Beast World, and they kind of meet in semi-secret. They go off to back rooms or just make their presence known, or something in between. If you have been here before, you probably haven't been here in quite a long time. But because of the informed nature of the clientele and staff here, the moment you step off the ramp onto the patio, a hush falls through the crowd, and you are fish out of water, in a way. In so much as whenever you go anywhere with people who know anything about the goings-on in the world, you are like Tom Cruise in a coffee shop. So
we're really small. We have a massive ego.
Yeah, something like that. You might have a massive ego at this point. It would be rightfully earned because all of you are the most competent people in whatever profession you've chosen.
Maeve just kind of like puts her hood up. Like,
There are people trying not to look like they are watching you, because the regular clientele here are clout chasers, nonetheless. Even though they've kind of made it in a way, everyone here is kind of like an influencer. They are doing their best to look cool in an effort to become cooler. So the fact that you are here, everyone very suddenly snaps into a mode of, okay, this is not a big deal. I know this is a big deal, but I'm going to act like it's not a big deal. So you've just walked off this ramp onto the patio of the Sunset Lounge. What do you do? Oh, one more thing. Why are you here? So
I was about to
you're
ask.
here.
Same.
Why are you
Yeah,
here?
yeah, that's important to know.
You are here because there is a room in the Sunset Lounge that most of its clientele are not allowed in. And it's called the Benefactor's Lounge. The Benefactor's Lounge is a lounge within a lounge where the people who pull the strings of the Sunset Lounge meet very infrequently to either meet directly with their clients or to meet directly with each other. Because of the danger of meeting with very powerful people, this doesn't happen very often. And this is actually the reason why the Sunset Lounge exists in the first place. It's safer to work through agents because, if someone's going to shoot a disintegrate at you, it's better to have it hit one of your minions than to risk hitting you. You have been invited here by a master scout. You haven't been on a delve into the dungeon in maybe 6 months. But the Master Scout has gone through the trouble of finding the 4 of you and sent you invitations to this place because they have promised that this is the kind of thing that you would be happy to be here to see. I hope that answers your question. So, you've just stepped off the ramp. What do you do?
I turn to I'm sorry, I forget your character's name, Paladin.
Walker.
Walker.
The easiest one.
I turn
because he walks.
yeah. I turn to Walker and I just say, "Why are we here?"
Our journey has guided us here for adventure. We make our way to the Benefactor's
for me.
Lounge.
Good enough for me.
As you speak, there's a formation that the staff is kind of forming. Many of the staff of the Sunset Lounge are bats because, as it happens, bats are native to the Astral Sea. So it's a fun side gig for bats with a specific set of skills to take up a job here. And they work for the Sunset Lounge, keeping things safe and keeping the people happy and keeping rumors about the Sunset Lounge from spreading negatively. And right now they are flanking you 3 on a side at a distance that it doesn't look like they're trying to mitigate your presence. But one who's dressed a little bit nicer than the others is making a beeline toward you and should arrive in a few seconds. Do you want to do anything before he arrives to prepare yourself?
Florine is making direct eye contact with anybody on the patio that happens to be looking directly at her.
Excellent. And I imagine that she doesn't break eye contact before them, does she?
No, she does not.
Appropriate that Armos is also doing the exact same thing, where Florine is kind of scowling. He's definitely just got a big old grin on his face.
No,
And-
she also is grinning, but
Okay,
it's not
perfect.
as pleasant.
Right, in more of a you want some kind of way.
Exactly.
I imagine
Alright.
more in like a Joker way. Of just
Just a little bit.
So the bat does arrive. He has a silk towel draped across one arm, and he's dressed very neatly in a full suit. He gives a short bow and says, "May I help you this evening?"
There is no need. We know where we are going.
It's
And I'll
not
just
entirely
pass it.
true, actually. A nice drink first might be pretty nice.
Very well. We will delay our journey.
I have such a long way to get here. We might as well.
Fair
The
enough.
the waiter snaps his fingers, and 2 drinks make themselves known, seemingly out of thin air. 2 waiters show up with drinks on cocktail trays. One of them has a selection of bitter and deep brown liquors, and the other has a rainbow explosion of beverages that are giving you cavities to be within 30 feet of or so. So you can take from either of the trays if you like.
Arnis, look, it's a bat butler. It's a battler, and she reaches for the tray that has fruity drinks on it.
Armas will take
I
the
just-
bitter one.
I tried to resist, but I have to say, I thought you were gonna make a tall glass of water joke. Just
Would you like a tall glass of water?
sure.
I bring my own water.
So
Okay.
there is a tall glass of water made available to you. Please enjoy your stay here. And if there's anything you can do, please just look at any of us and make that known.
Will do.
And with that, they give you distance. In fact, everyone does. Everyone looks to be strategizing.
After that, Maeve just like intentionally looks directly at the floor.
Okay.
What I
They
wanted.
just sit on the floor and wait until they finish their drinks.
Oh no, I'm taking this with me.
Oh yes, no, this is coming with me. Where the hell are we
Well,
going?
Then
What
we
is this?
continue.
Peach? Apricot?
It
And
might be
I'll
all of them, sister.
point towards where the lounge is, because I've been there before. Because I've been everywhere before, basically.
Cool. So yeah, you probably know the thing about the Benefactors Lounge is that no one's allowed in there, but everybody knows where it is. And if you go into the building itself, there's sort of an open air bar inside the circle of columns that makes up the bottom of the lounge. If you go into that area, there is a staircase leading up. You take that staircase all the way up to the top, and there is a room at the top that has a grand double door, but is always closed. You're ushered inside as soon as you arrive because those higher up already know that you're on your way. And you enter into a room with windows on every side that you didn't see from the outside. And seated within this sort of upscale den is your contact. This is a person that you had some dealings with in the past when you were a little bit less powerful, but still regularly delving. And they have, sitting at a coffee table in front of them, a wooden box. This is a dog man, a Doberman, with sharp eyes and scars across his right arm. But otherwise, he's dressed in the same sort of upscale finery, bougie kind of way that everyone else is. He looks up at you as you walk in and ushers you over.
Armas is swirling his drink as they slowly approach.
I'm
All right.
waiting for somebody to tell us we're underdressed. And Florine is like, she is just sort of drinking her own extremely neon colored drink.
I imagine it's got layers of colors, like
Oh,
5
yes.
of them.
Yeah.
Spark-
Maeve is
sparklet or
just
something.
slowly sipping water.
No silly straw though. Let's not go too hard here.
No,
Want
this
a
is
silly
a
straw,
fancy
you want it.
place.
No, you
I
gotta
do-
go
I
with
do
the
a
silly
quick
straw,
sweep of the
though.
room.
I'm sure if I requested one though.
Oh, absolutely.
Sweep of the room. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Just something that, hidden security or something, or just traps maybe. You never know.
Sure, yeah. So I'm not even going to make you roll. You have enough experience with this. You definitely see where the glyphs of warding would be if they were there. If you happen to have magical vision, you definitely know where you'd be looking to see them. This place is not bugged, but it is protected from people getting, uptight inside of it. They don't like it when people are violent in the Sunset Lounge. So there are safeguards in place, even for people of your level, your power level, to keep them from spilling blood in the Sunset Lounge.
That's fair.
That said, everyone that you've seen, all the clientele, they are armed. They like wear them. They wear their magic arms and armor out, to show off how fancy and nice they are. So the Doberman Scout gestures for you to sit. Let's talk.
Oh, okay.
You brought us here?
So, haven't seen you in a while. How have things been? What have you been up to?
Things have been well on our front.
Our
We've,
journey continues.
That's
Yeah,
one way
mine
to put it.
too. Mine too. I got. Oh, by the way, this person's name is Marcus. Marcus has been scouting since the dungeon opened. He was one of the first scouts. He was one of the first people to decide that this should be a job. And for those who don't know, dungeon scouts are people who don't go into the dungeon themselves, but they find them and find their general vibe. They determine how powerful one would have to be to go into one. They had determined like what the type of rewards would be if you were to go into one. And then they sell those dungeon leads to delvers who go and, put their lives on the line to get the stuff inside. So they're often diviners, they're often scouts and rangers, but they're always well connected because one of the things that they're good at is sort of gathering up this information and investigating sort of preemptive leads to see what's a hoax and to see what is actually worth selling. And this guy's been doing it the whole time. He nods as you speak with him. Well, I've got a big one. This is something that I don't think I would give to just anyone, but
Good
I
enough
know
to
that
get the
a
band
lot of
back
you.
together.
Have you ever heard of? Let me see. Let me make sure I get the name right here. He shuffles through some papers. The Diamond of Mortal Mastery.
I don't know. Have I?
Roll a religion check. Everyone can roll it.
All right.
It's gonna be a. Oh,
That
minus
is-
-1.
That
so
is
that's a 3.
25.
Ooh.
Okay.
I have a plus 11 to religion.
25. Okay.
I have a
Lexi, what'd you roll?
-1 to religion, so that's gonna be a 3.
What did you roll? 3. Okay. Yeah, 3 will not have heard of it.
I got a
25 will have that. 14 won't have either. I'm looking for 20 or better. This is a pretty obscure thing because it's not actually known to exist. There is a mention in some extraneous Piroan texts about I don't know how else to put this, a beta item. This is an object that is rumored to have existed in the original draft for the world, in a way. Something that was kind of experimented with and then eventually discarded. And the Diamond of Mortal Mastery is the leftover from this debate about how the world should look. The main thing that it does is it has the power to bring back the dead. In the Beast World, this is not something that happens very often. And the Diamond of Mortal Mastery lets you do it as much as you want. You can bring back the dead by speaking its command word, and can do so a certain number of times every day.
Maeve's eyebrows like shoot up and go. That's impossible. That's not supposed to be real. Are you sure?
Considering the things that I've seen guarding this thing, that tracks. Yeah. I did some research, but I really wasn't able to find any good answers. I've gotten the reaction that you're giving me right now before when I've told a couple of people, but what the hell is this thing?
Wait, like as in he doesn't know what it actually is, or
He doesn't know what
Okay.
it is. He knows the name of
Okay.
it, but he doesn't know what it does.
so it is an artifact that can bring back the dead. Like really bring back the dead.
Like undo death.
Yes.
Not just like a body getting back up.
Sounds like a neat trinket.
Understatement of the millennia.
Yeah, Yeah, I can think of some ways that would change the status quo around here.
Little bit.
I bet if you could get that, you could get a good price for it.
Oh, I imagine so.
So,
Armos. Oh, God.
no, go ahead.
Oh, Armos looks to Florine and says, "We could even bring father back if we wanted." And he says it with sort of a wry smile.
I don't think he'd be very appreciative.
Probably not.
Yeah, you could get some answers to some questions that have probably hung in the minds for people for a while, like what happens after you die. I confess I've been a little bit curious about that in the past.
Oh, yes. No, it's a fine question.
So, answer the fundamental existential question of Beast World existence. Make me an offer. If I were to tell you where this place is and how you might get something like this, what could you offer me in return?
Perhaps
sound
we
of
could
it-
let you use the item.
Walker's got the right idea.
Yeah, that's a good opener. It's a good opener.
Is there someone you would see returned to the journey?
Well, I mean, I don't think anybody's been doing this job for longer than 3 months or so doesn't. But yeah, that's a good start. Bring back the dead. That's interesting. Not even I know people that can grant wishes, and one of the caveats of even like a wish, those being your heart's desire, anything you like, and one of the except fors is always we can't bring back the dead. So that's
And I believe if there's
Interesting.
anyone in this world that is qualified to figure out how it works, it's probably me.
sure. Yeah, I mean,
So,
that's the kind of hubris that is the reason I brought you in here. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. You go get this thing. I'll give you the lead, and you give me.
hey, hubris
I wanna-
implies a fall. This is confidence.
I want to borrow it. You're gonna let me borrow it for 5 years.
5
then it's
years.
yours.
That is an absurdly long amount of time.
That's enough
Even
time to
if
get my
you
nest
just
egg together.
raise one person every day, you would have an army.
Hey, that's an interesting idea. There's a lot of people that I know would be pretty loyal to me if I were to raise one person every day.
5 years? Why? Do you have somebody else in mind who's going to be able to fish this thing up for you?
Well, there's a lot of powerful people in the world.
2 months.
2 months. Well, what do you think we're doing here? 2 months.
You got anybody else? Like she said,
60
do
days.
you have anybody else?
Well, I confess that, charming and wonderful though you people are, you are not my first choice. And I will also confess that though you are not my first choice, the others that I've sent have failed to procure this item, we'll say.
They died.
You got
Would probably be willing benefactors of its effects, I will say. So,
That kind of
yeah,
sounds
right, 2
like
months.
your fault. Yeah, 2 months.
2 months, 2 months, 2 months. All right, you let me borrow it for 2 months. And that's after you get it. You come straight here after you get it, and you give it to me for 2 months. And I'll tell you where it is. And, like always, the clause is I will send assassins after you, will hound you day and night if you renege on the deal, yada yada, you know.
Perhaps we should add a caveat that you can only raise pre-approved members from the dead.
Oh, give him a break. Let
I
him do
would
what he
not wish
wants.
to see mass murderers return to life.
Well, more
That's
work
a
for
fair-
us.
No offense. I do
Oh,
not
none
know
taken.
who you would choose.
My
If you raise somebody that's going to make more corpses than you can raise, then you've got a problem.
my moral deafness is well known throughout this world, and by you, I'm sure. But No. I'm not going to furnish you with a list of the people that I intend to flip their lights back on. That's not going to happen.
Are
But
you ashamed?
I will give you an assurance that I won't, in good faith, bring back anyone who I think would wantonly murder without cause. How does that sound?
There are very few people who would murder without cause, at least in their own mind.
Speak for yourself.
Drew?
Well, you're still alive, and you got the power to murder lots of people before anyone would stop you. I'm just
Fair.
maybe, thinking about leveling the playing field a little bit for myself, getting some bodyguards around who could protect me from being, gagged in my sleep.
Perhaps you should raise the people you've sent to their deaths.
I think that was
sounds
part
like
of his
fun.
plan.
Yeah, we could start a little relay race for who's going to murder me fastest.
Armas is swirling his wine and is slowly taking notes. Part of the contract, actually, if we are to not come back, the next people you send will resurrect us. And I'm also constructing a list of people you shan't resurrect.
It's very
Yeah,
funny that you mentioned that because they're actually on my list of people I got to get in the first 2 months, because that is not the first time that I've heard that condition brought up.
What?
Smart.
That's why he's the smart one.
I've read the contracts.
It is good to have a smart one. So, do we have a deal?
The paper will bind our word.
Very good. I love a paper that binds the word. Bring me a piece of paper. He yells at one of the bats who's standing outside. He sort of looks and goes, yeah, and runs off, and then comes back with a sheaf of papers. No, not these ones. You got to get the magic ones, the ones where you put the contract on. Yeah, that one. That's good. All right, so there is a piece of parchment sitting on the table between you and the scout. And Marcus has put together this piece of paper that has a faint gray circle on the bottom right corner. And this faint gray circle, nothing else visibly, super magical about it, but everybody in your line of work knows what this magic item does. And it's very simple. The terms that are written on it are bound with your lives. If you willingly break the terms of the contract, you cease to exist. It is pretty powerful, and it is also really common with very powerful delves to pay in advance. But since everybody who does this sort of job knows that, it's pretty easy to welch on a deal if you have phenomenal cosmic power, this is a solution that's come about in the last couple 100 years. So he spends a few minutes. Hang on. I gotta write it out. He spends a few minutes writing it out, and it's not complicated. All of the terms that you've laid out are to the good faith letter. There's a lot of uses of the words in good faith and willingly to prevent, wishmaster shenanigans where people find the fine print, and the magic doesn't function if there's print that you're not aware of when you sign it. So you don't have to worry about that. This is a pretty smart contract. So he puts it together, says, you're going to go get it. And when you go get it, you're going to bring it back to him as soon as you can. And when you give it to him, he's going to have it for 60 days, at which point he will not use it again and will set out to find you. And then there's some stuff like if he's unable to find you, then he'll try and bring you back. And then he slides it over to you to sign. There you go.
Is there something prohibiting us from following him around for that month?
No.
Cool. That's what I'm planning on doing.
And it'd be it'd be up to him to prevent that or lose your trail.
I would definitely be shadowing him the entire 2 months.
I see you've raised another. Smite.
Yep.
Order is restored.
It might raise him again. It might be a lot of bringing back falling down. It's fine.
Can I
We'll figure that
make
out.
Can I make like a small investigation
Oh yeah,
to
yeah.
like see if there's any like double talk?
Sure.
That is a 24.
Great. But the terms of the contract, as you understand them, you will do your best to go and get the item. And as if you get it in the next 90 days, you'll bring it to him. He'll have it for 2 months. Your actions are not bound by anything in the contract during that time. And then once he's had it for 60 days, he will bring it back to you. And then it'll be
What
yours.
happens if we get it in 91 days?
It requires you to contact him if you don't get it in 90 days, or at least try to.
Yeah. It requires us to try, not to
In good
actually
faith.
do it.
Yep, in good faith, willingly. Yep.
Okay. Then yeah, that's about as legit as we can expect it.
Most of these
Uh.
contracts are they don't bind your actual actions; they bind your good faith attempt, because otherwise you run into, you know, I wasn't able to do this because I was in jail, and then I just die.
Yeah. Or cease to
there's a whole
exist.
book of lessons on how to write these, but keeping it simple is important.
All right, I
So,
trust everyone who's smarter than me, so I will press my paw to the contract.
Okay, does everyone sign?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So once
Flips
you've all
a
signed,
list of people that he requests not to be resurrected, and they are
what's that?
Armos submits his list of people he requests not to be resurrected. They are all
Okay.
rival merchants of some kind who have, since being rivals, ceased being rivals.
He reads it over. He's like, I've never heard of a single one of these people. It's fine. You have
Perfect.
my word that if I accidentally bring one of them back, you can gack them again.
Oh no, that'll be your responsibility.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
I don't
didn't mean to cast
appreciate the
aspersions.
implications.
You could also have them gacked again, whatever you want to do, and then he signs it. So he folds it up, puts it in an envelope, gives it to the bat who brought it in. Go put that somewhere safe. Yeah. Because it's just a piece of paper. If it's destroyed, then it ceases to function. Anyway, so here's the deal. There's this place in our area where a whole mountain has left. It's not there anymore. There was a mountain, and it made a whole skyline, raised property values in the surrounding region by quite a lot, and then it was completely gone. And in its place there is this tower, right? And anybody who gets close to the tower ends up really, really fucking far away. And we don't know why. We assume it's some kind of compulsion, because everybody, when they get to the very far away place, they remember having their minds tinkered with in some way, right? So you're gonna have to try to plan for that, I imagine. But I happen to know, from being a sneaky sort of son of a bitch that I am, that this thing is inside here. So I would like you to go in and get it. I'll tell you exactly where to go to look for it. And good luck to you, because the people that I have sent in to get it have not been able to get it. And some of them are dead, and some of them were just teleported away, depending on how far they got in the process. But that's as much as I can tell you.
Sounds like a plan.
Well,
You have any questions for me?
I hate teleporting.
We can ride there, and then if we go super far away, then it'll be nice.
Do you have any idea what kind of magic is involved specifically?
Not a damn clue. Never seen
All
anything
right.
like this before.
Well, helpful.
due
So
to
it makes
my
sense that this thing
laziness,
is only
I'm
rumored to
immune
exist.
Charmed, and so are all of you if you're close to me. So I think we're good.
That's very good. So, yeah, go get it. I imagine it's not the only thing that's in there, but I do know that is in there. I did a little bit of poking around with A combination of magic and very clever stealth.
Fair enough.
The other people you sent in, did they manage to enter the tower?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't remember. Because of the aforementioned mind tinkering.
What about the ones that are dead?
I didn't ask. Because they're dead. There were no
If-
bodies recovered, I'll tell you that.
So they're probably in the tower.
Hell if I know. Maybe they were disintegrated and then we're breathing them in right now. Because they're a pile of ashes.
Right, because they're part of
Right,
Yeah.
right.
We got the implication. All right.
If you have nothing else, then we shall step off.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. If you don't need like a kiss on the top of the head or anything, I
If you're
would
offering
appreciate
it.
if you'd bring me my very magical diamond.
I
Right
could
there.
kind of do with a kiss on the top of the head.
Oh, she asked for it. You better follow through.
No, please
No.
don't. No.
Armas will drain the rest of his drink, set it on the table in this room, and then push up, look around,
Okay.
and go towards the door.
I'll follow.
Cool.
So,
How do you wish to travel?
I suppose
Vehicles in this place go straight to Arneria?
that'd be the
Probably. Yeah,
fastest.
there is at least a shuttle that goes to every homeland. So you can end up in Arneria somewhere. Probably on the causeway. But from the edge of the causeway all the way up to the northern mountains, you're talking about 2 weeks ride if you ride with purpose.
Leaves plenty of time.
Plenty of time to prepare.
Yes.
90
So is there
days.
anything you want to do between the time now in the Sunset Lounge and when you arrive? You guys are high enough level that your journey goes without incident. Between now in the Sunset Lounge in the Astral Sea and when you arrive there, let me know anything you'd like to get done in preparation of this task.
Get some healing potions, probably. You know. just in
Sure.
case.
How many do you want? You could buy more than your carrying weight in healing potions by 20th level. How many would you like?
I don't know, 5.
5 is good, yeah.
yeah, I'll do the same.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to easily source your standard
Actually,
healing potion.
I'll go with 10.
10. Okay.
I
Yeah.
am squishy.
So you get a baker's dozen healing potions or more, however many you want. It's 20th level is a little different.
So are these major healing potions?
Sure.
Or-
Yeah. I'm gonna say okay. So it's I think it's 2d4 plus 4. You're able to source ones at that level as many as you want.
This
So
would
you
be
can spend
something
an
that
action to regain 2d4 plus 4.
Right.
Go ahead. Sorry.
This would be something Florine would actually do before leaving the Sunset Lounge. 1, she's going to get another one of those drinks. And 2, given where we are and the company of the people in this place,
Yep.
she's going to remove her ring and see if anybody would like to trade Florine's ring, which is a ring of water walking, by the way,
Okay.
for a ring of mind shielding.
Are they of similar rarity?
I believe so. Let me double check. I think they're both uncommon. Yes, they are. They are both uncommon.
Okay, they're both uncommon. Then definitely. You find someone who is willing to do that.
Now they can have Florine's ring.
This is the kind of interaction where if I had longer than 3 hours, I would definitely play it out. But we got a lot to get to, so yeah, you're
That's
able
fair.
to find someone to trade.
Okay.
Anybody else?
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
Maeve is
Armas
just gonna kind of keep to herself for the most part. Not really
Very good.
comfortable in big crowds.
Cool. All right. So you ride. You ride a shuttle into Arneria. You show up at a river that crosses the causeway, which is a road that is very, very wide enough to have a city block on it, and it runs 1,000 miles across this continent, up and down through a rainforest and then a desert. You walk along the causeway until you get into the desert, and once there, you join up with a caravan, ride north up through Caravanserai and oases until you get to a place where the mountains are visible. Once you're there, you ride further north until you reach a mountain pass. Taking that mountain pass, you ride up until there is a place where the road continues one way and you go a different way. Your horses ride up through a not mountain pass, over some pretty treacherous terrain until you reach the place where the mountain is missing. There are no settlements around, but there is definitely a place where there is unnatural flatland, surrounded completely by craggy mountains, and some of the replacement of the rock is sheer in an unnatural way, as if a surrounding section of rock had just stopped existing, had been lifted out and thrown into the ocean or somewhere else. And down in this rocky, sort of a bedrock sheet is a tower. There is a tower of somewhat alien architecture. It's windowless and featureless except for a single door at its front, and is a sort of spire, and it makes the entire region look like a big sundial. It's like the needle of a sundial. You are on a mountain path that leads down into this flatland. What do you do?
Behold our destination.
As a point of order, what did you say? There's a settlement somewhat nearby, or is it pretty?
No. There's you don't know of any. There's not even like a hermit within 50 miles of here.
Yeah. Okay.
That guy say, or did our scout say how close one would get to that tower before this teleportation?
He did not say anything I didn't say.
We are clearly not in range yet.
You have not actually stepped onto the part that has been replaced yet. You're sort of, I'm going to say you're on a section of dirt and stone at a grade of about maybe 11 degrees that heads down into the flatland.
So Maeve is going to take take out a little pouch and pull out like a cluster of very small bones and use raise dead on like just a little rat skeleton. Just send it over the line. Okay.
The rat skeleton, its pinprick eyes are filled with unnatural life, and it forms up into a perverse impression of what it was in life, and then it scampers down onto the flatland,
little guy.
And
go.
And does your bidding. Goes out onto the replaced land. How far out do you send it?
I'm gonna have it step on, and like basically just have it go like a foot at a time, seeing if anything happens.
Okay. It walks out to your, I think the maximum range is like 300 feet or something. It walks out to the maximum range that it can hear your mental commands. and it doesn't explode or disappear or anything.
Might as well follow him.
Do we wish to climb and enjoy the exertion, or do we wish to wind walk?
As much as I love exertion, that does sound much nicer.
A shame.
Is it like? I'm sorry. Is it like a steep way down?
No. It's about 11 degrees, but it is a long walk.
Yeah.
Okay, then sure, we'll wind walk.
Excellent.
Okay.
That's my level 6 slot.
Because like, if it was a steep cliff, I've got Featherfall.
What does wind walk do?
Oh, wind walk is something I picked because I both like walking and the wind, so I have to take it.
Perfect.
You and up to 10 willing creatures, which is us, assume a gaseous form for the duration, which is 8 hours.
Okay.
Appearing as wisps of cloud. We have a flying speed of 300 feet, resistance to damage from non-magical weapons, and the only actions we can take are dash or turn back to normal, and that takes a minute.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Great. All right. So you head out toward the tower then. What at what height do you want to fly? Do you want to go be just above the ground, or do you want to how do you want to get in?
Low. I think we want to keep
Keep
it low.
Okay.
Mhm. Low.
In case.
So you're
We
really
have
more
to
of a
stay
fog
together.
cloud.
That's something I'll say before we turn into clouds, because then we can't talk.
Yeah.
Come up with a sign that
At least I think
if
we
we
can
need
talk.
to stop for any reason, we
Yeah.
can sort of gaseously wave or something.
Yeah, no talking.
All right. So you head toward the tower. As you wisp out toward the center.
You
the
move
center of
very
this region.
fast in this
Mhm.
form.
300 feet, that's...
Yeah, it's 300 feet in 6 seconds.
Yeah, that rat skeleton is long gone.
Yeah.
If you're
Sorry,
going
little
your
buddy.
speed.
Yeah.
So
Well, I guess.
as you
Well, no, we could catch up to it and like just immediately be there, and just drop off where it was, since we know that
Okay.
that part is safe.
Yeah, okay. So you want to bring it with you?
Yeah.
Okay, you bring it with you.
I used a 3rd level spell for that.
Yeah.
This is
So
a 6th level spell. If you want to turn back to normal to
Oh.
grab it and put it in your pouch, that's maybe not worth.
Yeah. Can I still give it
Fine.
mental commands as we go? In a way.
I don't know. You're using Create Undead?
It's animate dead.
Animate Dead. Just a moment. Under your control for 24 hours.
And
Yeah,
I
why
think
not?
even if you go out of range, it just follows your commands.
Yeah. So you can tell
So-
it to meet you there.
Yeah. So
Uh,
it'll meet us there, and I'll pick it up.
Perfect.
Okie doke.
I'll have a little skeleton.
Uh,
rat.
See it in a couple days.
So
So-
It's not that slow.
So, all right. So you head toward the center, the center of the region where this spire is sitting. As you draw near, there is a group of creatures that appear. They grow out of forms that you were too small for you to see. They just kind of appear as if they were spawning there. Or transmuting from something else. A group of 4 cloud giants stands up out of these the lands surrounding the tower, and their hair is all the same. They have different styles of hair, but they're all golden blonde haired, and their eyes burn with a golden white fire. That you can see even from 1,000 feet off. They stand and they all turn to look at you, standing in a row of 4. Do you stop or slow down? Do you keep moving? What do you want to do?
What is the what is the terrain that we're sort of traveling over like between them and the tower?
It is very flat and fairly rocky. There are no stones larger than the size of your fist or so. And you can see all the way across. There's excellent visibility.
If I'm leading the way, I'll just avoid them, like fly over them or past them.
Okay. Is that the okay? So when you keep moving as they look at you, they speak to you, and they speak in a voice that is both physical and also mental, directly into your mind. And you hear it in every language that you speak, and a lot of languages that you don't speak, all at once. And you hear 4 people speaking this multiple language all at once. Turn back. There is nothing for you here, they say.
Do we all hear this?
All of you hear this together.
Neat. I would
There's-
talk back, but I can't because I'm a cloud.
Armos hesitates for like a moment. Doesn't go forward quite yet.
Yeah.
They have not
Maeve is-
moved.
Maeve is also going to stay back.
I'll wait for y'all to catch up. 'Cause
Okay,
we
so
have
you
to
go
catch
out.
up.
Do you go out ahead of them, or are you with them?
I would go out ahead, but if I see they're lagging behind, I'll wait for them to catch up.
Well,
Florine's going to be watching for what Armas does. She's not going too far from him.
Windwalk lasts for a while, right? Is
8
it-
hours.
Okay. So
that's-
Armos will take the minute to be on the ground and go back to his corporeal form.
So you're
Yeah.
ending it premature. Okay, because
Well,
then
no.
you're done. Then there's
Oh,
no
you're
more
not?
windwalk.
You don't get to go back into it?
Nope.
Oh.
I don't think so, at least.
Yeah, it's kind of an overland travel spell.
I've looked at that spell before. It's really good, but once it's done, it's done.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case,
No, it keeps going, according to the thing.
Neat.
Until the spell ends, a creature can revert to cloud form, which also requires the 1-minute transformation.
Oh,
Yeah. it
Okay.
takes a while,
I
but
know
we
that.
can like convene
yeah.
before like wasting
Alright.
it.
Then Maeve will also take the minute to drop the form.
Yeah, it's not a big rush. Just to be
Although
able
I don't
to
know if we would know that necessarily.
You
you
I
probably
would
have
have
used
done
it.
this
Yeah,
before,
we're
right?
probably
Yeah.
experienced enough to know that.
All right.
Um,
So we're turning back to meat form for a moment.
I am not, because then they can hurt me, and that's bad.
they might be able to hurt you anyways. If you want to stay like that, you can. I just wanted to talk.
There are plenty of magical ways to hurt mist forms.
Clearly, they're a threat. They told us to go away. We've seen this before.
If they could
dozens of
detect
times.
us in mist form, then they are probably something that we can't just fly past.
And we've seen them before. They can probably throw something at us.
For your reference, you are currently 900 feet away from them.
900?
900 feet.
That's a lot.
Yes, but they can probably do something if we get too close. So I'm here for some ideas on how to go forward.
I say we knock on the front door.
How close are the cloud giants to the tower itself?
They are flanking it on either side.
Okay, so
you
they are-
would have to walk between. You'd have to walk through the middle of them to get to the door.
They're real close to the tower. There's no like.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to sneak in at this point.
They know we're here. So we can either talk to them or fight them. And if we talk to them, we're probably going to end up fighting them.
my cloud motions in the that you understand that I just want to fly in, and that's it. Just go through the front door, push through the little keyhole, easy peasy.
I don't think that's gonna work.
It's worked before.
At best, that's gonna get us into the first room too quickly for us to plan for what's in the first room.
Let's take a minute to get back. It's a
Very well.
long minute.
I'll also turn into a person that.
I suppose we could go to the roof.
If
How
they don't
tall
attack.
is the tower?
It's about 200 feet tall.
Have we fought cloud giants before? That's a rather broad
Yeah.
question.
That is
No.
important.
But if you roll me
I'm with-
Arcana, I'll tell you about them.
Yeah, I mean, I have no
I can roll
idea,
that.
but I will take that opportunity.
Sure.
A fight
rolled a seven,
avoided
but
is a fight won.
I rolled a 7, but that's still an 18.
Okay.
11.
All right. I will tell you what you know that cloud giants don't do, and that is speak in every known language at
Yeah.
once.
That I figured that much.
It's a new one.
If these are in fact cloud giants, they are no big deal to you.
Yeah.
They do things like throw rocks. They know some spells, but they don't know any spells you don't know, and they don't know any spells that are going to best you. That
The
said,
question is
they
more
don't
if we-
speak in every known language once.
right. Well, like if we fly up as clouds, we can't do anything to them, and they could
And it
throw
took a full
spells at us.
minute to
They could
to
barely
undo
do
cloud
anything to us. By
We
the
should-
time they
No,
realize what should
I-
happen, we would
I
be
highly
300
doubt-
feet away, and then 300 more.
True.
Might as well test them then.
Test them to avoid them, or you wish to speak to the creatures?
They seem pretty confident that we have no business here, but
Well, they are mistaken.
Well,
quite so.
why don't we ask them? And Florine, from 900 feet away,
Yeah.
is going to shout in primordial, which she knows.
Cool.
And she is going to effectively shout, "What if we do have business here?"
That is biblical. So you reach into the language from before language and shouted at the giants at the gate. It is a very level 20 action. Okay, so you shout, "What if we do have business here?" They respond by each of them, as if acting as one creature, hold out their right hand and call into being with a burst of golden light boulders. They're holding boulders, and these boulders also glisten and spark with this golden white light.
Ha! They're
You
gonna
do
throw
not.
rocks at us.
They are threatening us. We could have simply avoided them, but you had to speak to the creatures.
I was just confirming. They already know we're here. They're going to throw rocks at us.
They might have thrown rocks at us either way, honestly.
But
they're-
now we may not be able to dodge them, and we will take precious time out of our day to kill them all.
I do like doing that.
Shall we get on
Uh,
with the killing or return to plan A?
Plan A, how do you
They-
see it happening?
We zip past while they are confused, and we arrive at the door, it proving as much little challenge to us as they do. And we zip through the tower, find the item, return to people form, pick up the item, return back to cloud form, and return home.
You know, it takes like a minute to do that.
If we're in a
Right.
situation where we absolutely have to turn back into human form, we might not be able to get to a place where it's safe.
Oh, wait a minute.
In which case, if they've got things that can hit us in mist form, then we're screwed.
Well, if you wish to kill them all, by all means.
I don't want to, but if they're not giving us another choice, what else can we do?
We can simply avoid them, as I specified before.
But that's not gonna work.
We have not even attempted it.
My fear is if we do attempt it, they will throw rocks at us until we.
I
And
am
those
not
are
as frightened of
definitely
rocks, but
those are definitely magic rocks.
Armos squints. Are you sure? I'm not. I can't really see.
They glowed.
That's true, actually.
Also, keep in mind these guys are 30 feet tall or so. So even though they're 3 football fields away, they're pretty big.
Last question about the tower. You say there's an entrance. What does the entrance look like? Is it sealed off or more of an open archway kind of thing?
It looks sealed. There is a double door that is closed. It's difficult to tell from this distance, though.
Right. Yeah. It's pretty far.
But you definitely do see doors.
And last question. How big are the doors in comparison to the storm giants?
The storm giants look like they could fit through the doors.
Okay. That might be all.
They are big.
Big boys.
Big doors. Big doors, big boys.
I don't think we can avoid a fight with them even in gaseous form. They might chase us. That's my only concern.
well, let the murder commence, and I'll start walking towards them.
Okay. When you start moving toward them with purpose, they speak again. And this time their voices have an extra. They put a little English on it. Their voices carry a compulsion to act, and they say, "Kneel and be moved." Tell me all of your relationship to being charmed.
Immune, as are all of them,
Is
if
it
they're within
a
10 feet of me.
is it a wisdom check?
It is.
I
Unless
have
you're within 10
advantage.
feet of me, then you're immune.
Oh, then never mind.
Yeah, if he's walking
Okay.
forward, then so is Florine, so she's close.
We're staying with him.
I'll
right.
reply, none shall impede my journey.
Roll initiative.
We add our dex to that, right?
Yep.
That
A
is
mighty
a
5.
15.
Wait 1 second. Florine.
14.
What's Maeve's dex?
+2.
Okay. Armus.
21.
Walker.
5.
All right. Armus, you see they are moving to attack, but you react first. What do you want to do?
It's kind of saving this, but if we're going on a tower, I don't see many chances. And Armas will hold his sword up, which has this like ruby at the bottom of it. It flashes red, and from above him, there's a distortion of clouds. And I'm going to cast Meteor Swarm.
What's the range of Meteor Swarm? You know
It
they're
is
very far away.
1 mile.
1 mile.
Yeah, it is 1 mile range. I've never cast this before. This will be the first time.
There's 4 meteors, and there's 4 of them.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
that's
each
convenient.
one flies in a sort of almost in tandem, but they're just like a little bit off.
Sure.
So they need to make I think it's dexterity saving throw.
What's the DC?
It is 22.
All right. No rolls above 10.
Oh, no. Okay, so I don't have 40d6 on me.
I
So I use the
suggest
dice
you
roll.
use.
I do.
Online dice.
Want me to roll for you?
You should use
No.
an online dice roller.
I
Yes.
used an online dice roller and I rolled 140.
All right. So
How many of
I'm
those do you
careful
get?
to avoid any, like, they're placed well enough to not hit the tower. We're trying not to,
But
damage
how
any
many of
goods or
those do you get?
But only one creature can be affected by meteor swarm at once. You can't like stack all
I
four
think she
meteors.
meant how many times can you cast it?
Yeah.
One time.
Okay.
We're about to go indoors, so
Honestly, that's fine.
yeah. All right.
I was curious.
Armas rolls his eyes and decides not to deal with it today. Holds out his hand, and the Book of Revelation comes out.
reading.
A quartet of world-ending meteors rains from the sky and destroys the giants. There is an explosion of ash and fire and dust that rolls out like a storm from their landing point and doesn't clear for several seconds.
I have
When it
one
does
too.
clear, there are no giants.
I completely forgot that I took it too.
Florine doubles over in laughter. She is like on the ground laughing.
I guess we win the disagreement here.
Yeah.
Armas
Did you have to
uses
steal
his
my
sword as
thunder?
a focus, puts it back in its sheath. It's like a cane, and he puts it back in his side. All right,
These pitiful creatures were undeserving of such power.
talk in a lot of languages. I don't think I'm going to need to throw meteors inside the tower, so outside seemed like a better chance.
Not really an indoor spell, is it?
It's not much. But
Yeah, you
on
never
the
know.
bright side, we can also do the part where we turn back into clouds and sort of slip on through that door.
Or at least get to the door in a timely manner.
I wanted to knock on it.
I mean,
I
we
guess
can
this
get
is
to the
kinda
door
like
and then knock on it.
I mean, we could race. Would you like to race?
Race.
Armas will take the full minute to turn back into a cloud,
May
knowing
will
full
too.
well that Florine will beat them there.
And we arrive as clouds at the front door.
Okay,
Oh yeah, did the rat catch up to us in that at all?
sure.
Okay, then I picked up the rat.
Oh, there he is.
Great.
Perfect.
All
I
right,
want my
so
little buddy. His name is Skitters.
very good. It's the disparity between. This is Skitters, my rat. Okay, I want to do. I want to cast the Bible on this on this enemy. All right, so as you pass the place where the dragons, where the giants were, there are 4 corpses, and they are not giant corpses, guarding the door at the same general position where the giants had been standing. These corpses are they are all tigers, and the tigers are wearing white and gold armor that looks to be tarnished and dulled from an exceptionally well crafted state. They are tattered and broken by the swarm of meteors that has hit. And also, all of them have huge white feathered wings. They look like a lot of the they're not all of them are unarmed, but they all have sheaths for weapons. 2 of them with swords, 2 of them with maces, and they are pretty broken, by the meteor swarm. This is a pretty upsetting aftermath of violence. But the one thing you do notice is that they're beautiful. They're like just absolutely gorgeous, even in this like mangled state to look at. Anyway, and then there's the doors.
Oh, okay.
Are there gaps in the door?
There are no gaps in the door.
there
It
a
is
keyhole?
sealed tight. There is no keyhole. It is sealed
Absolutely
tight.
nothing. It's hermetically sealed.
It is sealed such that wind can't get through. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Vacuum
guess we'll turn back into people. I'll try because I enjoy doing that, but fail and then turn back into a person.
Well, Florine ran here, and as she is not a gaseous person taking a minute to turn back into meaty form, she's going to try to kick the door open.
Okay. Roll me an attack roll.
Oh, attack roll. Okay. Add strength?
Yeah,
16.
not bad. Roll damage.
I think it's just
One
an unarmed
damage.
attack. It's one damage.
But your strength is pretty good.
I was trying to do a more like an athletics kind of check here, so but it would be. 6
Oh, okay.
damage.
You want to brace and push more than like kick a hole in it.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me an athletics check.
Okay. That's a 30.
30.
19 plus 11.
All right. So impossible things can happen when you roll 30. All right. So
That's reality bending.
that's as high as it gets. That is the ceiling of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition is 30.
Yeah.
I can't make things harder than that aren't impossible. So I'm not allowed to. So you rear your knee back and you kick the sealed door and you hear and the door opens. It doesn't open super far, maybe 5 feet inward, but you hear the crack of hinges as doors that were meant to open outward open inward. There's a gap in the door now that a cloud could move through. And beyond the door, there is a staircase. The inside is made of the same stone as the walls, and there is a gleaming golden railing that goes up either side of the staircase, and this white marble stone that goes up a flight and then splits and winds up either side. Otherwise, the vestibule, I guess, the room that you enter into is pretty featureless except for this golden railing. Pretty plain stone. You don't have to turn back it into a meat form. I didn't realize it's you were mixed states of matter.
Unfortunately, Florine is much faster than the minute it takes. So, Armas's gaseous form will linger next to Florine, and he will turn back. He'll take the minute, or at least convey that's what he's doing, given that it takes a minute. If there's something else happening,
It's good for us all to be the same, because if things happen and one of us is a cloud and the other one isn't, that's a problem. But if we're all clouds, it's fine. So I will also turn back into a person.
I will do the same.
Just so you know, turning back from a cloud or into a cloud incapacitates you for that minute. So once you decide to start, that's it. So all right, and you can't move during that time, so you're pretty well helpless while changing back and forth. All right,
Well,
so
we've got our bodyguard.
If I
in
if
one
I
way or
may
another.
ask, does the spell instantly end if concentration is broken?
No, there is no concentration.
Oh, it's not concentration.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a 6th level spell. It's really good, but
Okay.
not in combat. Critical role, learned that the
Incapacitating.
hard way.
Yeah, incapacitating yourself for 1 minute is pretty rough.
Yeah.
So it's like getting around kind of spell. All right, so everybody now in meat form. You stand at the bottom of the stairs. What would you like to do?
Would we like to take on the tower's many traps or zip past them in cloud form?
Well, now that we know we can get in,
And out, presumably.
I mean, you broke the door pretty good.
Yes, well
It is
done.
broken.
It is very broken.
This looks like it was well made. And I'll, pat the gears.
and now it doesn't work anymore.
It's just life.
All things turn to dust eventually.
Dust to dust, indeed.
Or to bones.
My fear is if we zip up and we find ourselves stopped, we'll have to come back down and through some traps, then back down some traps. That's my one fear. I imagine
I'm afraid
this.
if we just run past everything, then the things that we run past will follow us into something that we can't run past.
Very well. We
Monsters.
will dodge all the poison again.
We should, however, take the same side of the stairs, I think.
Well, it's
And
not last
we should
forever.
thoroughly
Just
check them
glowing
before.
Part. That
Well,
is where
that's-
I would put the trap.
that spell lasts forever. Just think of how quickly we'll be able to leave.
That's right.
Exactly. If we disarm everything, we can leave in an instant.
I will follow you, Walker.
Yes. I shall lead the way.
I'll stay real close. Feels nice being next to you. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it helped us out on more than one occasion, so.
I'll start walking up the stairs, assuming that any second I'll trip on something and get blown up.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Well, you don't get.
Can
Oh,
I
sure. Go ahead.
do investigation to make sure that he doesn't trip on something and blow up?
Keep your eyes
Sure.
open.
Yeah.
I have to roll. Just a second. Oh, that's not very. 13.
Okay. 13. All right. So there's nothing to attach a trap to, and the stairwell is very wide, and your investigation doesn't notice anything that is going to explode in your face.
Okay, that's
But the reason for the airtightness of the doors becomes clear as you walk up the stairs, because the air pressure in this place is different. Something is going on at the top of this place, because there is a draft since opening the door that is now moving up the stairs, which is illogical for air to do under normal circumstances. So you take the stairs to around this bend. Do you want to stop at any point, or unless something changes, do you want to keep going?
Keep going.
I say we keep going.
Okay,
We'll
But
note.
just keep looking.
cool. So nothing explodes in your faces. And at
That
the top
is
of the stairs,
Very good.
at the top of the stairs is another floor. This tower is mostly built to accommodate this staircase and this upper floor. The only thing on the lower floor was a circle of columns that sort of sat at the edge of the staircase that went up, and the top of those columns was holding up this other floor. When you break the threshold of the next floor, you see a circular hole in it, and this round hole in the floor leads down into the sky. This is a round portal And at the edge of the floor where the portal is a pit leading down into a sunset sky. Beyond out of the ground, if you look past, you see hills on which is growing a field of yellow gold grain. And there's a soft breeze that rolls across those hills that sends a rustle across these fields of grain.
A pleasing land.
Do any of us recognize this?
You've probably been to places that look like this. There's nothing inherently supernatural other than the fact that, you're looking through a portal into it. But it is gorgeous. But it's not gorgeous in a way that, is like looking into the Ark of the Covenant. It's just really idyllic in a calming way.
Like looking at New Zealand.
Kind of. Yeah, kind of.
Perhaps your rat can once again test the waters.
You are about 500 feet up if you're from the
I don't
point
want
of
to.
reference.
I don't want to drop the rat through that.
Oh, he'll be fine, I'm sure.
Why not?
Yeah, he's seen worse. Clearly.
Because I can't get him back if I do that.
Well,
Make a
okay.
new
Well,
one.
here, give him to me, and you
No.
can go through.
Oh, that's not the best trade, I suppose.
I'll just take a rock and toss it through.
A good start.
Classic.
A little pebble.
All right. The rock falls through and falls out of your range of sight, and nothing explodes. There's no, big
the
mouth
portal.
that runs up to eat it.
Nice. So if we step through, do we step onto land or do we fall to the ground? Because
It's
fall
really high.
Into the sky. Yeah.
cool. Well, back to wind we go. I'll start turning back into a cloud.
Not a bad idea.
Okay.
I mean, actually, yeah, that's not a bad idea. We could just go into cloud form, go through the portal, and come back.
Mhm.
Although, can we come back? Is an important question.
Your rat friend, he might be able to tell us. Just an idea.
Stop trying to get me to throw the rat into the portal. I will
You
not
can
do
make-
that.
Have you
can
even
make
named-
another one? Yeah, she named it. Yeah, it has a name.
Okay.
What
I
was
forgot.
it? Skittles?
Skitters.
Skittles.
I
Skitters.
like Skittles more.
Skittles.
Skittles. I don't know what
What's
that
a
means.
skittle?
It's just completely.
Yeah, completely
named it.
derailed.
Now it's Skittles. All right. So what's the plan?
Mist form through the portal.
Cool.
So
All right.
1 minute later.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if it's a two-way portal? Because that is
Sure.
important.
Roll Arcana.
Become cloud.
18.
18. Okay. A portal like this could be one way or two way. There's no way to tell which one it is without being present or identifying it or.
Like using the spell
Passing
identify.
Yeah, you could use the spell identify and know.
We all go through it at once, and it turns
I'll
out
use
to
identify.
way.
It's a first level spell. I'll use it.
Okay. So you cast identify. I think it takes a minute to cast.
I believe so, yes.
And yeah, at the end of the minute, you know that this is a two-way portal.
Okay.
This is the type of two-way portal that is often found in the dungeon.
All right. We should be good to go through. Just have our wits about us.
Our journey continues.
All right.
Okay.
So we turn into mist form.
Yeah, and we plop, plop, plop through the portal.
Okay.
See if there's
So-
anything of note on the ground.
Sure. So the ground. So when you pass through in mist form, you get a better look at the surrounding region, given your point of reference. If you imagine like what you could see looking down into a hole in the sky, and off in the distance, you see a beautiful little castle. It's not ostentatious, it's inviting in a way, and it sits in this golden hour light, this purplish red sunset with golden clouds in wisps that cast this beautiful scene across the horizon. And you're looking out over these fields of grain, and off in the distance, at the end of a pretty little road, is a gate into a nice little castle. Standing on either side of this castle are two guards. And you're much too far away to make out much detail about them, other than they are vaguely humanoid shapes.
Just so I understand perfectly kind of what I'm seeing right now. So when we go through the portal, does it still feel like, because the portal's in the floor and looks out to the sky, when we go through, does it feel like gravity is still going towards the sky?
No, you fall down, and you sort of fall down through. Imagine if there was a hole in the sky that led up into the tower.
Okay.
So you follow the same direction downward.
We don't even have to think with portals.
Yeah, you're fine. It's in the same point of reference.
Okay.
Could we take a quick break for me to run to the
Yes, yeah, we can do that. Let's take a 5-minute break.
How
And we'll
long
be
have
back
we been
in-
playing? I completely lost track of time.
It is 10:40 here, so we've been playing for about 100 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay, so we're back. So the crew has just gone down through the portal in windwalk form, and now faces about a mile away. There is a castle in the sunset. They have gone through a strange hole in the floor that has led to somewhere completely different in a different part of the day. And now we're trying to decide what to do. How do you want to handle this?
I think I'll wait for Armus to like make a move.
Right, because you can't speak.
Yeah, we can't talk
Ah.
in gas form, but it lasts for 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So
So we can look around.
yeah, so as we're coming down, we see picturesque castle. You said we spot the rough shape of two guards.
Yeah, two little
Mhm.
guards all the way off in the distance.
Land and begin to revert for. We've done this enough times, not just this time, but in the past too, for quick discussion on the approach. That makes sense to me.
Sure.
All right.
Well, we didn't fall into the sky.
And at least if we finish within the next couple of hours, we can return the same way.
I say we just look around and book it.
I don't know if, from my experience, if the gods will be so willing to negotiate. It's not really a dungeon thing. As Armas sort of looks off into the distance. Really
This
is a
may
nice.
simply be someone's home. And our retrieval of the item might be stealing.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate for them because we signed that contract, and I don't want to die, so
Mhm.
we should get
Yeah.
stealing then.
Theft is not a problem.
So, we are once again faced with the choice. Do we wish to zip in? Or
Well, we don't even know
speak
that it's
to the
there.
guard?
It could be in the tower, and this portal is just unrelated.
It could be buried under that tree.
The portal could just be one of the defenses.
We
Just
did
to
fall
get
for.
people out of their hair. It's really high up in the sky.
That said, that castle is very impressive. And
Yeah.
we'd be
I do
foolish,
think we should check out the castle.
at least Palais.
There could be
But we
some
should-
great shit in that castle.
I think we should check out the castle, but we should not linger.
But we will again speak to the guards, yes? Let
We'll
us
speak
pray
to
for
the
them.
walker.
They wish to live.
Quick little jaunt. We will follow the road to the castle.
Okay.
Oh, rough to see.
So you walk on
Copyright.
You walk on this dirt road that winds between the gently flowing hills up toward the castle. And as you do, you see that the two guards standing on either side of the gate are somewhat larger versions of the guards who you dispatched on your way in. These two are both rats. They are rats, and their armor is not tarnished. They are dressed in gleaming, polished gold and white armor. And they are both wielding greatswords. Their greatswords are held like this, with blade straight up, and they are almost entirely unmoving. They stand on either side of the door, or rather, the gate into the castle, and they are staring straight forward, and they see you approaching. When you get to within 300 feet or so, they speak, and they speak in the same voices as before, both into your minds and also into physical space, and in every language you know at once. How are you here? What has happened that you stand and defile this place?
Portals.
They want to know how we got in.
My travels lead me everywhere.
We knocked on the door.
Yeah, you could say that.
Just very violently.
One of them bends at the knee, lowers its blade, and takes off into the sky. And flies right over you and past you, hundreds of feet above you, at least as far above as you are from the other one. Flies past you toward the portal.
Perhaps it is fleeing.
The other one's not moving.
I think it's going to check on its friends.
It
Oh.
will not like what it sees.
Yeah.
You are now-
Should I take a shot at him as he? Oh nope, there he goes.
What do you?
Well,
Uh,
you wish
it-
to
it- it-
speak. I'll turn to Armus. There he is.
Right. So Armus will. We're far, right? You said about 300 feet is when they start speaking. We should keep going, right? There's the gate, and that's where we need to go.
We've got about what? Maybe half a minute at most before that guy realizes that the door's broken and comes back here.
Better hurry.
So I think we're all making a beeline for the gate. I think we're all still in mist form.
Oh, we can't
We're
talk.
walking,
Yeah.
because we wanted to speak.
Yeah, we change back.
Okay. Then
Okay. When you start heading forward, the other creature who didn't leave stands at the ready and holds his sword outward. Do not move. I will take any movement. I'll take any further movement forward as hostile action.
Aramas, do you have haste prepared today?
Yeah. Armas will cast haste.
He will do so in initiative.
Ah, darn.
I figured. Ugh, that's not good. 9.
16.
1 second.
16.
Keep your rolls in mind because I'm going to ask you one more time.
Okay.
May have you rolled 9?
That is a 9,
9.
yeah.
Florine?
16?
My turn. Uh-oh.
Whoa for us or whoa for them?
I don't know. Armus.
11.
Walker.
6.
6. Okay. One moment. Okay. So oh goodness. So Armus raises his hand to act, but the creature is faster. It takes to the sky, and casts a spell. Just a moment.
Gonna be meteor swarm, isn't it? For karma.
There are exactly 4 of us.
Well, it only needs one meteor for the 4 of us, unfortunately.
Okay, so 1 second here. All right. Oops. Okay. I would like all 4 of you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy, is this something
Is it
I can
actually?
see?
What's that?
Is this an effect I can see coming?
Yes.
Okay.
12.
12.
26.
26.
15.
15.
I was with advantage too.
Ooh.
With the shield. I
Okay.
don't think it matters.
Everybody except for Florine is going to take full damage from this. So you're going to take 35 damage as a column of fire rains from the sky down over you. It hits the ground and chars the grain and your bodies, except for Florine, who kind of gets away.
Florine takes 0 damage. She's the
Very
level 1
good.
rogue.
Yeah, love it. Great. So yeah, that's going to be half fire, half radiant for those of you who are keeping track. And then it is going to be Florine's turn.
Okay. Having sort of spun her way out of this radiant fire, she's going to slam the back of her heel into the other heel and activate her boots of speed
Okay.
to double her movement speed. How high off the ground is this guy?
Let me check.
And can I ask how far from us he is?
Yeah, I'm going to
as
give
well?
you both. I just need to double check. Yeah. All right. So he moves diagonally toward you, and is 60 feet total range from him. And he is, oh no, Pythagorean. I'm just gonna say he's 60 feet off the ground and 60
Yeah.
feet from you laterally.
Okay.
3D space in D&D is hard, especially if
is.
you use in Theater of the Mind.
And 60 feet. He's 60 feet away and 60 feet in the air.
Okay. What is so we are also close to the castle and such. Which
Yes.
I'm guessing is also, if he is about 60 feet away, then the gate of the castle is about 60 feet away.
Yeah.
All right. Is there any like pillars or anything that might provide a break of line of sight
Close to you?
at the castle, like by the wall?
Yeah, I mean, you could go through a window and be inside. You could also run around to the side of the wall, but that's about 200 feet from where you are.
Feet, that's too far. Even for Florian, that's too far. Okay. Then she is going to. Ah, jeez. She is going to zip right up to the gate. Her speed is 90 right now.
Okay.
And
There is a portcullis that leads into the courtyard of the castle.
all right. Well, so long as this guy is up in the air for the moment, she is going to use her action to reach for the bottom of the portcullis and try and basically just throw it up, reverse like its gear mechanism by force.
Okay. Roll me a strength check.
Just a raw strength.
You can add athletics, I suppose.
Okay. Oh, darn. That is 15 on the die, or 15 total.
Okay. 15 does not defeat a castle's defenses by sheer force of strength. Strong though you are. You do hear a sound of regret from the building, but you aren't able to make a hole where you're trying to make a hole.
Gotcha.
And now it is Armas's turn.
Right. So first off, Armas will move forward so that he is within certain range here. Let me make sure I have that right. Okay, yeah. So he'll move forward to be within roughly 90 feet of this thing. I think the math works out there. there's a meta magic that allows you to impose disadvantage on saving throws. As a shadow warlock, I did not take that because I have an alternative thing called the Hound of Ill Omen. I did not consider how that works with something that is flying.
Okay.
But I can still do this, and Armos will use his bonus action to summon this shadowy hound. He'll hold his sword aloft. The ruby on the pommel flashes a black for just a brief moment. And this hound will be summoned up in the air. And as long as the sound is within 5 feet of the target, it has disadvantage on saving throws. So for that
Cool.
brief moment that this hound falls past this flying rabbit, I will cast Hold Monster.
All right.
It needs to
Is
make
it-
a
Well, is it a
charisma.
monster?
Hold Monster
a
just
creature.
says a creature.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Hold
wisdom
monsters can hold anything. Cool.
with disadvantage for that brief moment.
Okay. So when you cast Hold Monster,
Mhm.
you feel generally speaking, when you cast Hold Monster, you feel a hook. It's like reaching out with your hand to grab someone's psyche and hold it in place. And when you reach out to grab this thing's, it feels hot. This is an analog. This is all like an analogy because it's not really hot, but it's the equivalent of searing hot and difficult to grab and get hold of. And despite the fact that it seems it's unable to wobble that thread, which is like its natural ability to keep from that happening, because of the hound, it's distracted, but it's still really hard to get a hold of. And you are never able to get a good enough grasp on it to keep it from moving past the save.
Armos flicks his sword in annoyance. The hound falls and hits the ground and immediately disappears into shadow because it has the health of a dire wolf.
Okay.
So it is gone. The hound is gone.
Just splat.
Yeah.
It disperses. It's
disperses.
incorporeal sort of hound. Yeah. So
It disperses into a pile of shadowy gore. Maeve, your turn.
hey,
All right,
return. That's 3 sorcery points. That is my turn. I am done.
All right. I can't do that, but I can cast Ice Storm right above him. I'm actually going to take like a step. I'm going to take a few steps back because this has a range of 300 feet, so I can like get a little further back and still cast it on him. He has to succeed a DC 19 Dex save.
Okay.
Or take 2d8 and 4d6.
Okay.
Does Ice Storm cause him to fall prone?
I don't know.
Roll the damage, please.
All right. There's 2d8. That is that's 7 bludgeoning and 18 cold.
Okay. So as the ice sort of moves down over him, he sweeps it away with one wing while darting to the side, and you can never quite get it all the way over him. He's darting around it. This thing is a serious monster, whatever it is. Walker, it's your turn.
So did it pass its save for the ice storm, or just takes 0 damage?
No. You caught it in the area, but yes, it passed its save.
Yeah.
It doesn't take as much damage as it would have otherwise.
Cool. Because it made it sound like it took no damage at all, and was just
Yeah,
like, "Ha, I laugh
but-
at your puny spells," but it's just like, oh, it got cover. Okay,
So laugh at our puny spells.
It is
Unfortunately.
definitely laughing at them.
cool.
Might laugh later.
I'll walk up a little, like thinking this creature is just a minor annoyance, so I'll just casually stroll up to the gate, and while I'm moving, I'll begin to cast, and the ice storm would be dissipating, but it stays put but becomes call lightning. So another storm starts to form above the creature, and
Neat.
then a powerful lightning bolt strikes down. So
Cool.
it needs to make me a DC 17 dexterity save.
Okay. Is it half on a made save?
It is
Okay. And what's the damage?
41. I'm upcasting.
Oh, I should mention,
Yes.
I'm not planning to really use this, but my rat does have plus 20 max HP and plus 6 to hit.
Cool.
I'm sure the rat will do just fine against this thing.
And it might become relevant.
It's
I
rat
don't
versus
know.
rat.
All right. So you don't make contact with this thing like a lightning rod, but you do sear its wings as it sweeps to the side away from the lightning bolt. Now it is its turn. It is going to. All right. So who has walked toward the gate since the start of the fight?
I walked-
Florine
I
is
walked
at
back.
the gate.
Okay, so it is going to sweep down out of the sky and close probably with Walker. Its greatsword is going to sweep out in a double attack as it attempts to decapitate you. Does a
Class 16.
8. 16? Okay. Okay. So that is a hit and a crit. So you're going to take, from the first attack, you're going to take 21 slashing damage and 22 radiant damage.
Oh dear.
It's just
with
from the first hit?
With the second hit, this is 20 level combat. With the second hit, you're going to take 31 slashing damage and 40 radiant damage.
Ouch.
I would be down from just that.
You should keep your distance.
Yeah. I should probably cast mage armor.
Are you cool with those numbers? Do you need me to say it again?
No, I got him.
Cool. All
This
right.
puts me
So
at 2 HP.
Did you say 2?
I did say 2.
Oh boy.
So
Florine, your
no.
turn.
I think
Awesome.
I'll fall to the ground because of that.
So this guy is at roughly eye level now, isn't he?
Yes, he's on the ground.
Excellent.
Well, he's floating just above the ground.
Florian would like to rage.
All right.
So when Florian rages, she can move up to half her speed as part of the bonus action of doing a rage. Half her speed
cool.
is 45. So she is right in this guy's face, or right behind him, very suddenly.
Yeah.
And
Very pissed off.
oh no, she is excited. She is very, very excited to be doing this.
Oh, this is a happy rage.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. And
Oh,
she
no.
whips this scimitar out of her sheaths in the same motion, and it's like made of blackened metal, and is going to make an attack.
What kind of scimitars?
This is a scimitar of speed,
Cool.
and she is going to make an attack with the scimitar.
Interesting idea.
Bold.
She's going to make 2 attacks. She has extra attacks. She's going to make 2 attacks.
Okay.
The first one is going to be, yeah, that's a 30. I'm assuming that hits.
That's a hit.
And the second one is an 18.
18's a miss.
18's a miss. Goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my buddy Walker is within 5 feet of this guy, so I am going to get the sneak attack. And I'm also going to be doing necrotic damage, as this is a Zealot Barbarian Rage.
Oh.
And one of the lines of the red tattoo on her face is going to disappear. I'm about to roll 11d6.
Okay.
Flick this angel with necrosis. We are definitely the good guys here.
Okay.
I mean, these people aren't the good guys either. They didn't want to do diplomacy.
They struck first.
Exactly.
We don't want you to break into our home and steal our objects of great
Yeah.
power, and
They're
we want
American.
to.
They'll just kill you
So-
if you trespass.
When you say, "Please don't come any closer, you're defiling this place, or we'll attack you," and then you say nothing and move forward.
Oh,
So that's going to be 13 slashing damage and another 33. Oh, right, plus 5, half my level. 38 necrotic damage.
13 plus 38 is 51. Okay.
That was a very good
So
roll.
you make excellent contact with this thing, proving that it is in fact really there, because you feel the pushback against your arm as you sink deep, and this thing is bleeding pure gold. Its blood is gold. It roars in righteous fury. It is Armas's turn.
Armos move forward. He's near Walker. He's going to position to get close to both his sister and the very wounded Walker. One arm in this extravagant shield reaches out, places one hand on Florine, the other on Walker, and he is going to twin cast Greater Invisibility on both of them.
Ooh.
So for the next minute, you are invisible no matter what you do. Right? There's no getting rid of this. This is the good invisibility. So everything that comes with that.
I also have that, but I can't twin cast it.
I gotta
Okay, so
work off some stuff.
Greater invisibility. You become invisible to each other, and to it. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Now it is Maeve's turn.
All right. How far away is he from me?
I think you're the only one that's not in melee range of him right now.
Okay, that's fine. I don't care about melee range.
Okay.
Literally, the only melee weapon I have is a quarterstaff.
Cool.
So, hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Want to. No, that wouldn't be a good idea with everyone in the way. I
Walker
am
is
They are
going.
pretty well. They are pretty well surrounding him right now.
Yeah. So, hold on. Sorry. I was going to write down all of these, but then I lost track of time. I
Okay.
have to flip through the book.
Don't
Just a
cast
second.
Meteor Swarm.
I will not. Um. one.
I want to thank you for making these Angel Guards rats to really drive home to me the idea that maybe we shouldn't hurt them. But here we are.
Rats are
Hurting them.
precious angels.
They
Yes, they are.
Absolutely.
Even
Oh,
undead
the
ones.
other way. I thought you said we're going with the angels being vermin.
No. I,
Good
Rats
to
I'm
are
not
angels.
All right.
surprised.
I'm.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm just gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
Always
All
a useful
right. Mage
thing to do.
armor. So
Well,
translucent armor surrounds you. You feel
and
no-
that's
no protect-
+3 to base AC, so it just adds 3. Should I write that down or?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead. Walker, you're up.
I was gonna heal myself, but 2 HP. I can only get so high. That would be a useless action. So I'm just gonna attack
Gotta
it.
kill
I
it
think.
before it kills you.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
gonna be better.
Play this
So
like a Dark Souls game.
I'm gonna get up, and I'm gonna just try to smash it in its stupid little face.
So you're invisible. Get advantage on that thing.
I do.
No, you don't.
What?
Oh.
It sees through invisibility.
Whoops, I didn't
It
think about it.
probably has true sight.
Oh well.
I picked I picked it poorly. Oop.
Let's see. I
You,
get
you didn't know. Like, you get credit for
Yeah.
not metagaming. Like,
I get a 28 to hit,
Um,
which I'm assuming hits, and I get a 19.
20 is good. 19 is a miss. So a hit and a miss.
Level
It's
20.
a very good thing that I am not outfitted for melee at all.
I will use a smite on that
Okay.
attack. It doesn't add much damage, unfortunately.
And it's probably resistant to radiant.
That is also true. It takes 6 radiant and 15 bludgeoning damage from that attack.
Okay. So you open up on it, and you glance. It glances to the side once, but you do get good contact with one attack, and it sears with your smite. It growls at this blasphemy in particular, and looks directly at you, and raises its greatsword. As one, and it's gonna miss. It's gonna do it again. Okay, so does
Is it
a
turn or is this a reaction?
this is its turn.
I would also leave because I have the mobile feat. If I manage to hit someone, I can go, which I do.
Oh, okay.
So I hit it, and I take a step back, and then as it tries to do its attack opportunity, it misses, and I just keep moving back.
You move on its turn.
His
no,
turn.
on my own turn, which I just did.
After he smites it,
Yeah.
That's why I was checking.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So, all right. So your turn hadn't ended. No big deal. Okay. So, so you move back. All right.
Yeah,
Then it's
casually
not going to
scroll
target.
back.
Great. So you, so it does not attack you because I didn't know that you weren't going to be there. Instead, it's going to attack. Probably Florine.
Perfect.
Yeah, that makes sense.
By all means.
The shield.
Okay. That's a. What's your AC?
17.
Okay.
I think we have 2 nukers, a utility caster, and a roleplay based character.
That is 2 hits.
Okay.
So each of these attacks is going to do 21 slashing damage and 22 radiant damage. So you're going to take a total of 44 radiant damage and 42 slashing damage.
Okay.
86 damage total.
Is the slashing damage non-magical, or is this like attacking me with a magic weapon still?
Oh, it's magic, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I figured as much. You said 86 total?
That's
Okay.
a lot.
That is a lot. I am going to use Uncanny Dodge as a reaction and have that damage. Cool. Is that its turn?
It doesn't move, yeah.
Okay.
Now it is your turn.
Excellent. Clorin revels in having this thing turn towards and attack her, and she is going to take 2 more swipes with the scimitar.
Cool.
Is anybody within 5 feet of it now?
Yes.
Okay.
You and your brother are both within 5 feet.
Oh, excellent. Oh, wait, I'm a swashbuckler. Okay.
Now you're set.
Let's see. That's a 23 and a 21. 8 and a 10 on the dice.
Okay. Those are both hits.
Excellent. What am I doing? I'm just going to use a dice roller. It's too many d6s. So the first hit is going to be... Oh, that's unfortunate. The first hit is going to be 11 slashing damage, and then another 16 for the sneak attack, and yeah, so 16, 27 slashing damage, and only 6 necrotic damage.
Okay. Yeah, those are those are 2 really good hits. You are delivering strikes that would take a lesser creature apart, but you swing your arm with the force and surety that would just sort of end a lesser creature's life, but there's just not enough there when you hit. This thing is strong.
She's also going to bonus action at the scimitar speed, then do one more attack, like just another burst of speed.
Okay, roll it.
That is an 11 on the dice, so that's going to be a 24.
That's a hit.
And again, another line of the tattoo is going to disappear.
Okay.
And it's going to do additional necrotic damage.
What did you roll for damage?
It's going to be a total of... It's another 11 slashing, and then 4, 9, 12, 17 necrotic damage again.
11 and 17. Okay, 28. Okay. Great. This thing looks tired. Its face is now coated with this golden stuff that's been coming out of it, and it is still moving with the same surety as before, but it looks grievously wounded. Armis, your turn.
Armis will try an old trick this time. With the sword held aloft, the ruby flashes a quick black, and a shadowy hound is once again summoned. This time on its feet and not up in the air. It will stand next to and sort of glower at this angel rat. And then I will once more cast Hold Monster on this thing.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw with disadvantage because the hound is next to it.
Yep. Okay.
How long does
So
that hound last?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
As long as it doesn't spawn.
So you cast Hold Monster, and you see its wings freeze in place in mid wing beat, and it drops to the ground. It is paralyzed like a statue. And now it is Maeve's turn.
I'm gonna firebolt that motherfucker.
Okay.
I just make a spell attack roll, right?
Yep. With advantage.
I hope you kill it with a cantrip. That's how you do level 20.
Alright, it's with my intelligence modifier. That is a 23 to hit.
That is the hit.
Okay, and I forget how much damage Firebolt does. I don't have it written down.
I do not know.
4d10.
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 4d10 for Firebolt?
Yep, because your level's
And-
above 17.
Cantrip
Oh.
scale.
All right, I did not know that. That is 13 for first two, plus 7, so 20.
20 total. Okay. You it's falling apart. You blast another part of it off. It is still up, and you can feel the hold spell still in place, which means this thing is still conscious. But now it is Walker's turn.
I'll walk back up, and I'll try to just bash it again. So
Okay.
I want to take my giant staff thing and just boonk,
Yep.
see if that'll do it. I miss. No,
You have
wait, I have
advantage.
advantage because
Yeah.
the whole thing, which means it's a crit.
Oh, was
Okay.
it crit already?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay. It's 15 from the crit. And the other is 24 to hit, which would also hit, and that does another 10. Do I need to add a smite to it, or does this finish him off?
Do you want? That's not how it works. Do you want to add a smite as part of your attack?
All right, I'll do the first attack. Does it die?
How much damage did it do with just the first attack?
15 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Yeah, it drops from the first attack. So it falls out, and the spell against it dissipates as it drops inert onto the ground.
I just imagine Walker like, bonk.
Yep, that's exactly how he does it.
All right, so this thing
I'll just
is
stand there.
It's just its skull collapses.
it's
Another
dead.
creature wasted. Then I'll start healing myself as I walk up to the gate.
Okay, hold on one sec. So you
Yeah, the other one should be coming back.
I'm gonna do some math here. Okay, so what are you doing to heal yourself?
I'll just some cures.
Okay.
Cure
Um,
wounds.
So go ahead and roll the first cure wounds. What
Alright.
else is that? What is everyone else doing?
I'm
Florine is going to run for the portal, and if she can get anywhere near it, she is going to be readying her action to try to catch this other one as it possibly emerges.
Okay. Remember that the portal is a mile away.
Oh, a mile! Jesus. Okay, never
Yeah.
mind.
And in midair. So
Yeah. It's super high up. So I think
Oh.
we just stay here, wait for it to come back, and prep our shit
And in
to
that case,
hit it as hard as we can.
right. Then in that case, while he's healing, Florine's going to run in the other direction while her rage is still a thing, and to try once again, because she's only got one round to do this rage since there's nothing left for her to punch.
He's just
and
looking
she's
for
going
more things to hit.
and she is going to try to once again wrench the portcullis vertically upwards.
Okay.
Is this another athletics?
Yeah.
All right, with advantage.
Should
Raging.
definitely make some advantage. Yeah.
Well, one of the dice was a 1, but the other was 12, which means 23.
Wow. Okay. She gets a grip on the bottom of it and pulls it up. There is a horrible scraping sound as the internals of the sides of the portcullis cease to be, and she lifts it overhead. What now?
Time to go in, friends. Stop lingering out in the flower fields.
Moss was there to offer moral
Yeah.
support while she walked
Yeah.
that gate.
Maeve is also trailing behind them.
Excellent work, sister. As always, good work.
do not rush the journey.
I think we might be
We do need to be quick, though.
fast but not rushing. Let's go.
I just want to note, as a point of very funny order here, she has plus 14 in Thieves' Tools.
Don't need him.
That's great. That's perfect.
Yeah, I call this one lockpick, and I call this one the other lockpick. All right,
Has proficiency in thieves' tools, never needs them.
It's a great thing to get tattooed on your biceps. These tools.
A lockpick.
I don't know.
We-
Having just the word tools on one of your arms would probably not be a great look.
All
We
right,
go
so
for
you go forward. The portcullis will fall down once you let go of it. Are you okay with that?
As long as everybody's getting inside.
Yep, everybody's
I'm going
inside.
Now that the mechanism has been sundered,
Gusted.
I imagine lifting it up.
I mean,
Will be
we
just
could
a
probably
test for feet
prop it up
later.
with something.
Forward is what matters.
Okay. Do you want to prop it up with something?
Nah, we can just lift it
Nah.
again,
We could at
right?
least prop it up to enough for one of us to crawl through.
No, she will hold it up.
I
While
know,
you
but
all
I
come
mean,
through.
like, if we have to run, then
Go out a window.
There are windows, and they
Okay.
are at your level,
Then-
so you could go through a window.
Okay, then yeah, no.
Okay.
We could
So
have
the
just
portal
gone
is
through a
called.
window in the first place.
This is more theatrical, though.
Yes.
More theatrical than whatever the opposite of defenestration is. So
Unfenestration.
you're fenestrating. So
Building
you
windows?
This
close.
is the equivalent of driving the 18-wheeler through the front gate.
Yeah. All right. So the portcullis closes, and you enter into the courtyard of this castle. It is modest. There's nothing sort of super flashy or over the top about it. It's a nice little garden, is how I would describe this. Maybe 20 feet on a side. There are doors to the left and right, and ahead. The door ahead is taller than the others, and has a large gold ring to pull to open it. All three doors are painted red and have shiny platinum studs running in rows down.
I'll let them deal with all the puzzles while I continue to heal myself.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Sister, I think
Uh,
that door is challenging you.
Before Florine forgets, she's going to smack her heel into the other one again and deactivate the boots of speed. After
Gotcha.
it's probably been like what, 1 minute?
Yeah, we'll call it a minute. We'll call it 1 minute.
Okay, just kind of keeping some track. Okay. So run the particulars of these doors by me one more time. The like golden sort of like ring levers.
So one of them is larger than the others. It's maybe 10, 12 feet high. And the others are normal 7-foot doors, 4 feet wide. And there are 2 doors to the left and right, and one straight forward through the small cobblestone path of the garden.
Any creatures, any activity as sort of stroll into the courtyard like we own the place?
None that you can detect from where you are right now. There are windows around, though, into each of the rooms that the doors lead into. If you wanted to take a look.
Yeah, let's look, see if we can get a peek behind the doors.
Okay. So how do you want to do this? There is a door, or there's a window. I'm going to call it 4 feet up off the ground, looking into the room with the larger door. How do you want to do this? Describe your actions specifically.
Okay.
I have like a Pavlovian response to the phrase, how do you want to do this now?
So Florian kind of like looks at these doors, then looks back to the others and say, "Hey, where's that rat? Where's Skittles? Skitters? Skittles.
Skitters. I've got him right
Skitters.
here. He's been on my shoulder like the whole time.
So let's see what the creepy little the skeleton thing sees. I'll look
Can
through
I-
and get an arrow in the eye while we're looking for that other winged bastard to come flying after us."
Is there a way for me to like detect anything through him?
I don't know. It's your spell.
Hold on.
It's not a familiar, really.
No. So I don't think I can. The best I could do is like have him go forward to like go through things that we couldn't. Like if there's like a hole in in somewhere and like the door is locked, he could unlock it from the other side.
Do you want me to make a hole in the window?
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed.
It's gonna do the most level 20-ish thing yet. Are there any rocks in the courtyard?
Yes. There are rocks in that make up the little cobblestone road. You can find one of about yay big,
Oh, good, good, good.
enough to break a window.
That is the idea.
What's your strength score? Just out
1.
of curiosity. Yeah, I think.
Just
Sonic
vandalism.
boom. Just sort of like, all right. we should be stealthy and take a look at what's inside. Gah!
Well,
The
I
secret
feel
signal is set fire to the place.
there is probably an angel, right as we speak, flying back through an extra dimensional
we
portal
don't
to
have
come
time
kick our
to be
asses.
stealthy.
Yeah, she's gonna huck it through the window.
So, while this is happening, Armas is just marveling at the peace and serenity of this land of angels, just taking in the garden.
Yeah, it's nice.
Looking around.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not
Thinking
gonna
about-
make you roll. You can break a window. You're at 20th level.
Yeah.
If you throw a rock at a window, it breaks.
Yeah.
A child can break a window with a rock.
I don't know. Maybe
yeah.
it's magically reinforced or trapped. or
How
something. I don't
completely
know.
would you like to smash the window?
Just trying to put a rat-sized hole in this thing. That's why I chose a little rock.
All right, roll me an attack roll.
All right. It's a 10 on the dice. What am I adding to this?
Your attack modifier.
So
I'm
strength.
trying to
Or a
figure out
rock.
the expertise with which you, because I assume you're trying to hit the corner of the window and not shatter the whole thing.
Oh, fair. Yeah. So let's say 15. That's since it's an improvised weapon. I'm throwing it.
Okay,
Unless you
15?
have proficiency with rocks.
15's good. All right, so I mean it's loud. You broke the window with a rock,
It's
but
gonna
it's not completely shattered, and the rat is able to get through if it wants. You're gonna have to walk up to the window to let it up, though.
be. Yeah, that's fine. I will-
Okay, so you kind of go.
Yeah, I'll
And let it go.
kind of crouch and just out of view of the window, and, let the rat up into it.
Okay.
And-
Great. So you immediately hear a sound in your mind. This one doesn't go into open air, but only into your mind. It says in a booming voice, "Who goes there?"
A rat. A dead rat, but a rat.
The rat
Does-
is gone. It's in the window.
Does only her hear? Does she only hear?
Everyone hears this. Everyone
Everyone
hears this.
I'm gonna look through the window. What do
Okay.
I see?
There is another creature sitting on. You would only describe this as a throne. There is a wooden throne inside this room, which has a circular wall. This room sort of heads into a round hall, and in this hall, in the center of it, is a wooden throne on which sits a jackal with gleaming golden fur and pure white eyes that glow piercingly. It is about 12 feet tall, and its hands are sitting on the ends of either of the arms of the chair. Floating above its shoulder is the biggest and most illustrious diamond you have ever seen. It hovers much like an ion stone would hover, but way, way bigger. This thing is bigger than your fist. It is staring ahead directly at the rat, as the rat sort of dumbly moves around, scouting the joint.
As soon as I look, as soon as I got that message, I'm ordering the rat to back up and start heading back to the window.
Okay. This throne, by the way, is about. I'm gonna make it 50 feet from the door.
Okay.
no one else knows this except for you.
I suppose we go here.
Well, I'm waiting to see what Taya's going to do.
Okay.
What Taya's going to do, sorry.
I am going to. How far away did you say the throne was?
50 feet.
50 feet? Hold on, 1 second. This is why you write your spells down. I should have done this, but I did not.
What spell you want to cast? I might know what it does.
I'm. Hold on. 1 second.
Moss is inspecting the door.
Okay, never mind. I cannot
Small.
cast that.
I'll have finished healing.
Actually. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm going to.
Thea is standing in front of the door.
I know. I'm going to cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
Send
What's
it
Mage Hand
through.
doing?
What? I'm going to
Alright,
send it through the hole and grab the rat.
Okay. Your skeletal rat is now floating, lifted by the spectral hand.
I was debating whether to Misty Step in, but.
So you saw. So the three other people that are also here see Maeve cast Mage Hand and send it through the window. What do you do?
What you doing there, Maeve?
Not good. Not good. Bad. Bad.
Very well.
The creature that only Maeve can see and knows about is now standing up and heading with purpose after lifting its two weapons toward the door. It has a longbow and also a greatsword. It looks
wielding both.
righteously angry. It's holding both.
Oh, okay.
It shoots swords. You know those are its arrows.
That would be incredibly threatening.
Wouldn't it?
Feel pretty threatened.
This
we go
is
to
also
initiative
pretty
or-
threatening.
Yeah, this is very threatening.
I guess, yeah, roll initiative. yeah, let's roll
I'm
initiative.
not just gonna stand there while it shoots swords at me.
Ugh, that's bad. 10.
Hold on 1 second. All right, 10.
I have not rolled above a 10 today in an initiative.
Florine,
12.
12. Okay. This thing, whatever it is, rolls
Is big.
that number. It's a big number. Armis, what'd you roll?
22.
22.
Roll a natural
Nice.
20 on initiative.
Wow.
Critical
Walker.
initiative.
Walker, what'd you roll?
A 13.
Okay, so it's not one of those, it's one of these. Oh boy, you guys are in trouble. All right.
Oh, that's always great to hear.
Um,
And I'm the closest to it. And I have only 2/3 of my health.
Should have healed. We do all have potions, remember?
I know.
all right, so let me take a look and see what this thing is going to do. Okay. An arrow. So this thing leaves its greatsword in midair, pulls an arrow out of its the word for the holder of arrows just completely lost me.
Quiver.
Quiver. Pulls an arrow out of its quiver, and fires it through the window. Does a? I gotta ask. Does a 32 hit you, Maeve?
You gotta ask, huh? Okay.
I gotta ask.
See how
It is a
is.
DM's privilege to ask that kind of thing.
Yes, it does.
Okay. So take 15 piercing damage and 27 radiant damage. And then tell me your HP total.
15 plus 27, that's
42.
42.
Appropriate, given what this thing is.
I have 24.
You have 24. That's less than 100. I would like you to roll me a Constitution saving throw against death.
Oh boy.
12.
Okay.
I am dead.
Maeve is looking through the window, and then an arrow explodes out of the window, showering her with glass, knocking her 5 feet back onto her back. The rat turns back into a pile of bones, and order in the universe is restored as the necromancer is killed.
Great.
It is Armis's turn.
The diamond. Armis looks to his sister, says, "See if this works. Wish me luck." He will step forward into this now empty window pane, and we'll bring back an old friend. He's going to summon a shadowy hound to stand next to this very large, intimidating creature, and I will cast a spell called Dominate Monster.
Okay.
It must make a, let's see here, wisdom saving throw. Because we are fighting it, it has its advantage. Oh. The hound makes a regular, and I'm going to attempt to charm. Yeah, that might not work.
When I described before the effort that it took to grab the previous creature's will, you don't even see that thread for this creature. There was never a chance that you were going to grab this thing. It is fully immune to having its mind toyed with, unfortunately. Now
In
it's
that
Walker's
case, Armas steps back away from the window and just shakes his head at Florian. Nope, not that time.
Also, I just want to mention that no amount of healing would have helped me.
No, this was instant death.
Yeah, good to know that.
So be careful, please.
We'll see.
Can
Well,
we
that
see
just
this
mean we
thing?
need to get the diamond.
Oh yeah, you can see it through the window, yeah.
We need the
Okay.
diamond.
But it's also very easy to get out of its line of sight if you want to be. For now.
Let me pick a thing. Do we want insect plague or do we want blight? Pick a card.
Blight?
Blight it is.
Blight.
Blight,
Wait.
yeah, blight the
Oh,
same.
blight.
Blight.
I was like,
That's a good one.
light? As in the cantrip?
Yeah.
No, not light, blight. But we'll cast blight.
All right, tell me
Okay.
what blight does.
It's high damage.
It's a level 4 spell. 30 feet range. Creature, I'll move closer if it's not close enough.
You'd have to be inside.
All right, I'll hop through the window then.
Okay.
Necromantic energy washes over a creature of your choice that you can see, draining moisture and vitality from it. The target must make a Constitution saving throw, which for me is 17.
Okay.
And then it takes 45 necrotic damage on a fail or half.
Okay. So
I think that's the
Blight-
only damaging necromancy spell I didn't take.
the blight washes around this 12-foot tall golden giant, but none of it takes. It washes off like water over a tarp. This thing will not be blighted by necrosis.
Nice.
Um,
Excellent. I'll
This
use the
flurry of-
remainder of my time to say it is immune to necromancy.
That makes sense.
Evidently.
it is Florian's turn.
Oh boy. Well, Florian's still out in the courtyard. She has not even seen this creature, has she?
Well, it moved 10 feet toward you.
If you could
and
see
moving
me, you
10
could see me getting hit in the head with an arrow.
Hold on.
So
moving 10 feet toward you, put it in, like it moved into your visual line, so you can see it through the window.
Okay. Did Florine see the diamond as it passed through by the window?
Sure.
All right. She's going to shout, "I think we need to get that diamond." And let me think. Oh, Lord. The door is still closed, correct?
It is closed.
It is closed. All right.
I did hop through the window, so there's a space.
Yes.
All right. Well, he hopped through the window.
Not saying that's a good idea, but
No, neither am I. All right. Yeah. She is going to zip up inside and follow him on in. I don't know what else she could possibly do here because we've gone inside.
Closing with it. Okay. Cool.
Closing with this gigantic creature.
Yeah. By the way,
With a
like
great sword.
everything else you've seen today, this guy is gorgeous. This thing is beautiful, like unnaturally beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, she's
Great.
going to
I was killed by a hot guy.
she's going to rage again and attempt to yeah, she will open up with an attack. Fuck.
Okay. I mean, that's what you do.
That is what I
And you're
do.
really good at it. Like I think that's a good strategy as any.
Oh, those are not flattering rolls. Well, one is a 21 total.
That's a hit.
That is a hit. Okay, and the other one is 17.
17's a miss.
Yeah, I figured. Alrighty. All right, that is going to be 32 slashing.
Okay.
And 7 necrotic.
Okay. The necrotic damage, like water over a tarp, like before.
Sense it does not even feel it, does not notice it in the slightest.
That is correct. It will not be necroted.
Okay.
So
This thing was meant to counter me, not you guys.
it is now its turn. Okay, so the sword that is hovering near it, it calls it back to its hand and then attacks you. Does a 23 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Does an 18 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Oh no. So with every hit, you're going to take 22 slashing damage and 27 radiant damage. So that's 49. It's 98 total. And then it's going to send the sword back out and around to slash at you again.
Oh, good. Good.
Does a 23 hit you?
Sure fucking does.
That'll be another. That'll be another 22 plus 27 radiant damage.
All right.
It looks directly in your eye and says the word blasphemer. Now it is Armis's turn.
Yeah, it's bad news. He saw his sister go in. He's also going to hop back, not inside, but look through the window. His shadowy hound is still lurking will get close, and I will use one more spell. I'm going to attempt to cast Hold Monster on this thing.
Okay. Roll me an insight check.
hold on. 34.
Whole monster doesn't work on things that are immune to being charmed.
That's fair.
Just hit it.
There's not much hitting for me, unfortunately. Instead, the spell will be seeing how injured and also dead his teammates are. I will instead cast Banishment. I don't know if that carries.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Are we in the Celestial Mountains?
No idea.
You're about to find out.
Charisma saving throw.
All right.
Disadvantage because the hound lurks.
What's the DC?
22.
Okay, so it doesn't get advantage. Usually it gets advantage on all magic save throws.
That's
It fails. And it disappears. It's gone. You are now concentrating on holding it wherever the hell it is. Or
Good
in
work.
this case, wherever the heaven it is.
Right, so how long does that last again?
1 minute.
Well,
Okay,
it's just
Did the
enough time.
diamond go with it?
Oh yes, everything that is in its possession goes with it.
Oh shit.
I don't know if we can do much, but for now, take a moment to reassess because that's all we have.
Perhaps we should rethink this particular mission. We
Well,
have
it's a
made
little
an
late for
honest
that now.
attempt, and we have failed.
I think the only
Failed?
thing- depending
said
on
Just so you know,
Back?
Dead corpus of our team member.
she
Yeah,
is
we
looking
need
on-
the diamond, genius.
Does
We need
this
the
not
diamond.
honor our contract? Have we not made an honest attempt?
What, you're going to leave her? You're not going to go for the diamond? Just think of what we could do with it.
I fear we would all die.
just so you know, when banishment ends, when you stop concentrating on it, it will reappear exactly where it was.
Are we
Armos?
honest to make the decision? Do we stay or do we go now?
I feel so bad for Thea. I'm so sorry that you're dead.
Wait, did it have advantage
Disadvantage on
Because
what?
on my cloak?
It's a bit late for that now, though.
I have the cloak of
Yeah,
displacement. It's
that's
way
good,
late.
yeah.
But
Yeah, it's
God,
kinda late.
I should have thought of that. God damn it.
I'll be
That's
honest, I
high-level
know
D&D.
when a deal has gone wrong, the best thing you can do is step away. I don't know what we can do against this thing.
Very well.
I
Grab them and cast plane shift.
oh shit.
Okay, okay. Are you're I assume you're bringing the body with you.
Yeah.
Why?
yeah.
We can't resurrect the dead, right? That's not a thing in this universe.
There's a
so
proper burial.
There's no point. I don't
Oh.
really believe in burying bodies, because what is the point of that?
Okay. So you touch your friends and you cast plane shift.
Yep.
Uh,
We're going back to where the dude who gave us the mission is.
Okay.
That's where we're going.
suddenly you are in the astral sea. There's a popping sound as you appear in the blue abyss. And you head toward the sunset lounge. You'll have to wait and see if the other crew is able to get the diamond, I suppose. But one question. So banishment, the way that banishment works is if you concentrate on it for its full duration, the non-native creature is permanently banished back to its home plane. If you end the concentration early, it reappears back into its space. Which of those do you want to do?
Moss knows to drop the concentration once they are safely in. That
Okay.
is his decision.
Cool. So you know that the creature has appeared back where it was, and now you're in the astral. So things did not go ideally, I suppose.
Can't win them all.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
And that's it. That's all I got.
At least we live to tell the tale.
Yeah,
Well,
speak
most
for
of it.
yourself.
75% of you live to tell the tale.
And that's a
luckily-
passing grade.
Luckily for you, ending the banishment early does give someone else and you another go at it.
Yeah.
So
92.
it is possible that you went back and finished, but we'll have to leave that to fan fiction because we are finished. Sorry about failure. I hope it was fun anyway.
It
It
was,
was fun.
yes.
It was fun.
Failure is rare and therefore more enjoyable.
I'm realizing that for a level 20 game, I should not have made a utility cast.
Same. Like I think most of our characters could have been a little, you know.
Yeah.
there were some tough decisions made. I will admit. But I had fun running it. I'm glad that y'all showed up to play, and I'm really glad for everybody who's watching. I hope that you've had fun in these one shots, and thank you so much for playing with me, guys. It was really a blast. But it is a little after midnight, and my producer I know wants to get to sleep, so I am going to call it here. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to check out the other shows on Nerdsmith. I'm Colin McGuire, and have a good night, everybody. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you. Bye.